All right, finally, day 3, chest and back for the month of April. This one is super, super challenging. Our chest and back specialization has 4 exercises each, and we are doing the 5-second hold, 10-second rep, 5-second hold, 10-second rep with a 15-second rep for each exercise. So the specialization circuit is pretty long, but we are going to crush their back and their chest. It's really hard, but it's really good. So we're gonna start with our back this month. First exercise is a lat pull down. Grab the lat bar, just a standard grip, not super wide, not super narrow. Pull down and hold, drive those elbows back, squeeze your shoulder blades for 5 seconds, rep for 10, hold for 5, rep for 10, rest for 15, and then 2 more times. So you do that exercise 3 times. The second exercise is a standing crossover rear fly. So the red levers will be set up about a notch above your elbow. You are going to cross your hands in the front. You're going to open, hold for 5, crossing your hands for each rep for 10 seconds. You're gonna hold for 5, and then rep for 10 seconds. So we start with the X, open up, hold for 5, rep for 10, hold for 5, and rep for 10 with a 15-second rest. That exercise is also 3 times. The third exercise, we do need a quick transition, but it's the way it happens. That's how we wanted to do it. Rope all the way to the top. Standing face pull. This month we're going to go back to the overhand grip, and it's coming from the top. Wide feet, pull back, hold for 5, rep for 10, hold for 5, rep for 10, rest for 15, 3 times. And then the last exercise, when you take this black handle off here, they're actually gonna put it on here, and we're gonna do that row with a neutral grip that we did this month on day 3. Pull back, thumbs up, neutral grip, hold for 5, rep for 10, squeezing those shoulder blades, hold for 5, rep for 10, rest for 15, repeat it again 2 more times for 3. So 4 exercises: lat pull down, standing crossover reverse fly, face pull, standing neutral grip row, okay? Then we're gonna move on to our chest. This is probably the hardest part. There's very few moves that we can do with the chest, but we are gonna make it work. So we're gonna use the bench, get it in the center. We want a black handle on each cable, and each cable is going to start at the bottom. So this is set up the same way. We have 4 exercises. Exercise 1 and 2, the bench is flat, and then we'll incline it. So exercise 1, chest press with the cables. Make sure those cables are mostly going up straight. Press up and hold for 5, rep for 10, hold for 5 seconds, rep for 10 seconds, rest. You're gonna do that 3 times. Then we're gonna do the same thing, but we're gonna do a fly. Palms together, hold for 5, rep for 10, hold for 5, and rep for 10, 3 times. And then we're gonna move the cables up to about mid-forearm, low elbow. And we're gonna incline the bench. So the bench is flat. We're gonna lift it 1, 2, 3 notches. So it's not totally flat, it's a mid to high incline. We're gonna grab the cables out, knuckles up, we're gonna press, we're gonna hold for 5, press for 10, hold for 5, press for 10, rest for 15. We're gonna do that 3 times, and then we're gonna fly. Thumbs up, palms together, hold for 5, fly for 10, hold for 5, fly for 10, rest for 15, and repeat that 2 more times. So flat bench, press, hold 5, rep 10, hold 5, rep 10, 3 times. Same thing, then you're gonna switch to a flat fly, then you're gonna incline, you're gonna do the press, and then you're gonna do the fly. Okay, so 4 exercises there. Then we have a lower body circuit. We do need the bench for one of these, so we're gonna take the bench flat. Just kind of move it out of the way. We're gonna do upper body elevated hip thrusts, so that can stay out of the way. We need a mini band for all 4 of these for all 4 of these exercises. So we are going to do step outs again, but we're gonna do them fast on one leg for 15 seconds, and then you're gonna do the other leg fast for 15 seconds. Exercise number 2 is normal air squats today, so we're not loading them because we loaded so much on lower body day. Press those knees out, mini band around the knees. Exercise number 3, this is where we're gonna elevate our upper body and do hip thrusts with adduction. I guess I'll move this out a little bit. This is a very unpleasant view that I'm not happy with, but I guess it is what it is. So right kind of mid to upper back, if they were on my zone, that's where they're going to be. Arms out, their neck and their head move with their body. Up, press out, press out. So this is a hip thrust. It's we really want them to thrust their hips to the ceiling and drop their hips to the floor. So thrust, abduct, drop your hips almost all the way to the floor, and then repeat. They're gonna do that for 30 seconds. And then the last one, with the mini band, alternating glute bridge march. Go up into a glute bridge, step out, or no, just kidding. This is gonna go around their feet. Glute bridge, lift, lift, bring that knee only to their hips, no further, 30 seconds. So we have the step outs, 15 seconds to the right, 15 seconds to the left, air squats, normal stance, upper body elevated hip thrusts with abduction, and then glute bridge march with the mini band around our feet. Then we have a little body weight plyometric circuit for them. They're going to go 2 times through. They're gonna jump squat for 15 seconds. They're gonna hold for 15. They're gonna jump squat for 15, and they're gonna hold for 15. There's a 15-second rest in between each each set. So jump squat for 15, squat hold for 15, rest for 15, and repeat. If they don't want to jump squat, that's fine. They can do air squats and then hold, okay? 2 times through, and that's the challenge. Gonna go back to upper body 1. We don't need the bench. I'll pull this back in closer. We're gonna take the cables to the bottom. We have 3 exercises. Each exercise is 30 seconds, and we're gonna do it as a circuit. We do need the bench. I forgot about this. So we're gonna take the bench back up to 3 notches to where we had it for the incline press and fly. So 1, 2, 3. And it's gonna be at a diagonal with the S drive. So exercise number 1 is a standing low to high fly. So this is kind of in my way, but we've done a low to high fly before, you know what it is. We are going to go split stance, cables low, start with your hands back, fly, scoop from low to high, all right? Tight core. Except this is alternating, not iso. So that's the point of the tight core. Hands back, 1, 2, and we're gonna alternate, not iso. If they wanna make it iso and make it harder, that's fine, they can. They're gonna do that for 30 seconds. Exercise number 2 is new. We're gonna grab a band. It's gonna be on the top part of the S drive. Lean in. I'm too close, but you'll figure it out. Probably somewhere have the front of the bench on the turf, depending on the resistance band that they use. And we're gonna row. All right, so they definitely want tension here. Inclined, elbows wide or narrow, whichever feels best for them, and they're gonna row for 30 seconds. I believe that's pronated. So knuckles up, elbows are gonna go wide in that case, chest up against bench and the band, so pronated row. And number 3, we're gonna take it back to the Superman pulses. We did those last month, we're gonna do them again this month. Still try and work on strengthening those lower back muscles. So that is where you lie on your stomach and pulse your back. Nice and slow, squeeze your glutes, use your back to lift your quads and your chest off the floor. So that is that circuit. You have the standing, alternating, low to high fly with the cables. You have the pronated incline bench band row, and you have your Superman pulses. 30 seconds each exercise, 2 times through the circuit. And then we do not need the bench, so I am gonna move that out of the way. We have an upper body finisher. So we do need to put a band, a pretty tight band. So for once, we are actually going to work up in the blue, green, and black area. So I'm gonna suggest putting this probably over the highest point of the rig. Exercise number 1, you're gonna do 3 times 20 on, 10 off. Fast tempo, chest press, all right? So knuckles up, press it out. If they want to rotate because it feels better, they can, but they're gonna be able to go faster if they just keep their knuckles up. 3 times, 20 on, 10 off. We're gonna drop from there right into standard push-ups. They're gonna push up for 20 seconds, they're gonna take a 10-second rest, they're gonna push up for 20, rest for 10, and do it a 3rd time. And then the last one, we are going to do a little bit of back. We're gonna do a half kneeling banded pull down. So our arms are gonna stay nice and tight to our body as we drive those elbows behind us. Half kneeling, exhale as you pull down. Fast-ish tempo, control the way up. So because the band is so close to our body, that's why we are able to go a little bit tighter using the blue, the green, and the black band. So the client is just gonna have to figure out what works best for them, and they will know going forward. So that one's a little bit of trial and error. So fast chest press, 3 times 20 on, 10 off. Push-ups, 3 times 20 on, 10 off, and then half kneeling banded pull down, 3 times 20 on, 10 off. And then we are gonna finish with our core. This one is a killer. So we're gonna do a half star reach. I'm gonna pull this out so that I have more room. So we're gonna go 30 seconds per side, lie into a star position. Bring that shoulder blade up off the floor, reach for the toe, 30 seconds, one side, opposite hand to opposite foot, and then 30 seconds to the other side, okay? If they can't do the leg lower, they can go to their knee, whatever works for them. We just want them to cross their body. Number 2 is a jackknife. So both hands, both legs, up and down, up and down. If the leg lower doesn't work, toes up, and just lift the shoulder blades to reach for their toes, or they can just do a foot tap, but the exercise is a jackknife, okay? And then the 3rd one is plank jacks. So get into your palm plank position, keep your core and your glutes tight, jack your feet out. If they're not into that, step out. reach, 30 seconds per side. The jackknife, 30 seconds, and the plank jacks, 30 seconds. And that's the end of that workout.